Yeah, he's been great. Obviously trained the last couple of days. Great guy, great to talk to and get to know. Obviously he's come in and he wants to take full advantage of his opportunity. So yeah, he looked like he's enjoying it out there today, scoring a few goals in training. So yeah, we're excited to have him, and yeah, everyone's kind of fighting for places in this England team, and I'm sure he sees it as an opportunity for himself.
It's something that Gareth Southgate's done an awful lot of, bringing the young players in quite early to give them an experience of it. What does it do for the squad as a whole when you get a young, exciting player like that coming and joining the group?
Yeah, just like I said, competition for places is high at the moment. Everyone's doing well, everyone's fighting for a spot, and yeah, the youth ain't scared to go and express themselves and play 1v1, especially the attacking players, and try their skills, try and score goals, and that's what we want as an England team. We want to have that flair and that flexibility, and yeah, so far so good. It's a great sign in this country that we're producing these types of players.
The early part of your career, you had to go out on loan quite a bit to get some game time. Callum's only had 119 minutes in the Premier League. How important now that he gets more game time at the top level, do you think?
Yeah, no, everyone has a kind of a different path to the top. Obviously mine was going on loan and trying to get that experience there. Callum has had a taste of cup competitions, a little bit in the Premier League. So I'm sure he wants to play and he wants to gain that experience at the highest level. We will see how his kind of career progresses over the next year or so, whether he does that where he is now, or if he does that maybe on loan or another team. But for him, and I think young players coming through, is vital that they play, and just to have that experience that they can gain. And of course, everyone knows he's a fantastic player. But in football, you go through ups and downs, and that's part of the journey. And I'm sure he'll experience that over the next few years. But I have no doubt that he's got the ability to play at the highest level.
We saw Declan Rice out there for the first time as well. He's had a difficult decision to make, Harry. What do you make of him taking that very difficult decision to switch allegiances and move to England?
Yeah, I'm sure it was a tough one for him. I've been talking to him over the last couple of days, and he seems like a great lad, and again, enjoying his football, enjoying the season he's been having so far. He's been having a great season with West Ham. So yeah, I'm sure he took the time with his family and close friends, and yeah, the decision he made is one that he thinks is going to be best for his future, and no one can blame him for that. He's here, and I can tell just by being with him for a couple of days that he'll give everything for this country. So that's what we want, and I'm sure he's excited to be here, and he just wants to play and train, and yeah, who knows, maybe he can get a cap as well.
Is it right that could have happened to you? You had the opportunity, possibly through your family, to play for Republic of Ireland if you wanted to. I just wonder whether you can relate to the decision that he had to take. Yeah,
mine was a bit different. My nan and granddad were Irish on my dad's side of the family, so I had that decision. It never really come about. Almost kind of as I kind of started playing Premier League, the England call up didn't come too far after that. So there was always rumours about it. I never myself I never said no to anyone, so it wasn't in that case. I don't know if they spoke to my agent or that type of thing, but yeah, for me, I always wanted to play for England, and my dream was to play for England, and yeah, thankfully that worked out.
In terms of you, 11 goals in your last 12 games for Spurs. Either side of that injury that you had, we saw all the work and the rehab and the hard work you went through to try and get yourself back fit. How do you feel now compared with how you did before? Maybe even stronger now? Yeah,
I feel good now. I feel, I've said whenever I've got an injury, I try and use it as a positive to kind of rest the body parts that maybe haven't been rested over the last few years. So I managed to get away for a bit of warm weather training, still working as hard as ever, but more just a mental break, not having that schedule of games week in, week out. So I've come back fresh. Obviously, the results haven't been what we wanted, but me personally, I feel good, and I feel like I'm in a great position to finish the season strong.
It's been announced this week that Spurs are moving to their new stadium. We've got a date now and a fixed time. I mean, you know Wembley so well for club and country. Does it feel strange that you're going to be leaving that so late in the season, or is there an overriding excitement about the new place?
I think the players are excited. Obviously, play there again on Friday, which I'm looking forward to. Totally, obviously, different atmosphere, different vibe around that game. But I think we've made it clear that as a team we want to get in the stadium, and we're happy that we will be soon.
Last one from me. Spurs are struggling a little bit. Lost 3 out of the last 4. How do you see that battle for the top 4 right now?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough battle, of course. The top 6 are so strong now, and I think we're 3 points clear of the top 4. But it's in our own hands, and if someone had said maybe 3rd place and quarter-final of the Champions League, with everything that's surrounding the club, then it's not a bad position to be in so far.
Hi Harry. Going back to Declan and Callum joining up, do you remember your emotions the first time you came into the bold new world of the senior team?
Yeah, of course. It don't seem that long ago at all. I remember just being so excited. When I got here, obviously you meet all the players, but I just wanted to train. I wanted to be on the pitch and kind of show myself there and do my talking on the pitch. So amazing. It's an amazing experience. A lot changes in terms of publicity and media and things like this. So it's something I can hopefully talk to them about. And if they need any help or advice, then I can be there to help them through it.
What about talking to them about social media? Because I saw you were tweeting a few of the things you've done with Dr. Steve Peters. And one of the things you were saying was about dealing with the negativity that you now face almost on a daily basis, I guess, on social. What would your advice to them be coming into this world now and having to take on perhaps a deeper scrutiny? Yeah, well,
like I said, hopefully if they need to talk about it, they can talk to me or any of the senior players about it. And it's just kind of to focus on themselves, you know. There's going to be highs and lows in their career, whether that's with England or club. You just have to kind of carry on working hard. You don't want to kind of focus too much on what people think about you or other opinions. I'm sure close family, friends, managers, coaches, teammates, they're the opinions you really value. So that's the most important thing, to not lose focus on your job and what you need to do to improve. And I'm sure these guys will be okay.
And what about the way players use social media? Because it can be a good thing with fans, but it can sometimes get you in trouble as well.
Yeah, I think it's part of it. I think the squad we have here and the group we have here, 9 times out of 10 is going to be positive stuff and good stuff to interact with the fans. And I think over the summer of the World Cup, I think that really worked well with having that interaction and the fans relating to the players. So I think we'll be okay in that aspect. I think we've got good people around us, good team around us to make sure we're not doing anything silly.
Eric got himself in a bit of trouble a few days ago with 2 words that he tweeted. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, that's my opinion. I'll keep to myself. I'm not going to say that publicly, but it's a matter of opinion, and he expressed these on social media. Whether that's right or wrong, that's what he done. So it is what it is. We just have to move on and see what happens.
Getting to the business end, of course, now of the season, and quite a few players up for contention really for Player of the Year. But would Raheem be up there for you? Yeah,
for sure. Raheem's had an amazing season again. They've won one competition. They're still in all the others. So, and Raheem's been a big part of their success so far. So he's a great lad, great player. Looking forward to the games, playing with him over the next week or so. And for sure, he'll definitely be up there in that shout for Player of the Year.
Harry, hi. Jadon Sancho had such a purple patch as he moved to the Bundesliga, and then just February, March, a little quieter. Obviously, Tottenham knocked them out of the Champions League. You went and you swapped shirts with him at the end of the night, but have you been giving him any advice since, or has he been coming to you? He got 2 fabulous assists in his last Bundesliga match, but it can be a real high and then difficulty getting the measure.
Yeah, well, I just told him to keep doing what he's been doing. He's had an amazing year to go out and seek that first team football and play at a high level, and he's done fantastically so far. So again, for him, just to keep working hard and keep trying to improve. And from what I've seen of him since he's been working in the last couple of camps ago, he seems like a player who wants to improve and wants to learn, and whether that's in finishing sessions or tactical, he's always aware, and yeah, from my point of view, he's in a good place. He's had a fantastic year. I'm sure he wants to continue that for the rest of the season. They're still in a title race themselves. So yeah, hopefully he can do well and try and finish the season strong and try and win a trophy.
We saw a little bit of his cheeky characteristics from that set piece as well, didn't we, in training?
Yeah, that shows kind of the no fear, and we had a little sudden death penalty shootout, and he chipped these one down the middle, which takes a bit of bottle, so especially at his age. So he's enjoying it, and that's what we want. We want players to enjoy it and express themselves in any part of the game and or in training, and he's certainly done that today.
At his age, would you have done that in front of your England team?
I wouldn't do that for the rest of my career, no matter his age. So no, that's what he wanted to do, and it worked out well for him.
Callum Wilson as well, shooting, practicing, being seen as a real future understudy to yourself. One unfortunate moment, hit the post, smacked him in the face.
Yeah, that's part of the game. But no, Callum's great as well. Great to work with each other, and had a bit of finishing session out there today, and just little things we can take off each other and learn from each other, and to make us both better players.
Eddie Bufroy's saying of Callum Hudson-Odoi that he could start in any side. Have you been taken about how fast, how pacey, how confident he is on the ball?
Yeah, again, he's great. We played against him earlier in the year in the cup, and he really put in a good performance in that game. So that's the first kind of time I see him play, and now getting the chance to train with him, like I say, he looks sharp. He looks hungry. He looks like he wants to improve and score goals and get assists, and that's what you want from your attacking players.
And what you want from your man in goal is a performance that Jordan Pickford put on during the World Cup. Are you confident he should be keeping his number one shirt after that performance?
Well, yeah, that's obviously down to Gareth and who he wants to choose. But I think he's had a good year this year, coming off the back of the summer. It's never easy, high expectation. So yeah, he's been solid so far, and I know he looks forward to coming to the England camps, and whoever's in goal, if he's in goal on Friday, I'm sure he'll look to continue his good form.
Small matter of a Champions League quarter-final coming up against Manchester City. What have been the discussions? Have you arrived here?
Yeah, no, we've had a bit of banter and stuff. I think the great thing about kind of this team, this England camp is, yeah, we have a bit of fun and a laugh and a joke, but we know that when we're here, it's all about England, and we'll put that to one side. And even with the Liverpool and the City boys and stuff like that, when we're here, it's 100% England. And then, of course, when we go back, I'm sure there'll be plenty of text messages and group messages flying about.
Does that happen with the England WhatsApp? It gets to coming up to club matches, because I see you all. It's a really nice situation actually that I saw with the French team leading into this World Cup. But you were all still after the match within time back talking to one another in the tunnel, and that's really only developed in the last 2 seasons, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've got a great bond here, and at the end of the day, we're good friends, whether we play for one club or the other. When we come here, we all get on very well. So, of course, when we're back at our clubs, it's 110% to try and win and try and beat each other, but we have that respect for each other where we can talk after and be friends.
Okay, just a question from the back here.
Hi, Harry. Czech television. How important is for England to be successful against Czech Republic, and in your opinion, who is most dangerous player?
It's going to be a tough game. I'm looking forward to getting back in an England shirt and starting our Euro qualification. So I'm excited to be at Wembley again. We've got to get off to a good start. We spoke about starting the competition well. I wouldn't pick out one player that we're frightened of as a team. I think that's their greatest strength, is their unity and how they work without the ball, and then when they go forward. We just got to be ready for anyone who we come up against.
John Murray.
Harry, can you give us a professional's view on what it is about Declan Rice this season that has so impressed us, and what is it that set him apart this season?
Well, I spoke to him yesterday when we met up, and the thing I like most about him is that as a defensive midfielder, he looks to play forward as quick as possible, and I think sometimes nowadays it's easy for players to just play side to side and backwards and look good, and their completion rate looks good. But with Declan, he gets on it at his first thoughts to go forward, and can he wrap passes through the lines, and then on the defensive side of it, he's got that centre back's instinct to break up play and read the game and know when to drop in and help the defence. So like I said, I'm a big fan of him. I like the way he plays, and yeah, who knows if he gets his chance in an England shirt? I'm sure he'll be ready.
Do you think he will end up in central defence?
I'm not sure. I spoke to him a little bit about it, and he said he enjoys where he is now. I think he said he don't mind playing either, but I think in football nowadays you have to be versatile, and if the manager wants him to drop in and play there, he's able to do that, which is great. It's great for a team to have players who can play in different positions. But yeah, he probably prefers playing defensive mid. He feels like he can get the ball and play forward a bit more from there. So yeah, I think from my point of view, he'll probably stay in that position for the most of his career.
And just how conscious are you all that Friday night is the start of a competition that will end with the finals effectively for England, should they qualify, in England?
Yeah, it's a great incentive, you know, to have the opportunity to play in a European Championship where you could have quite a few games at Wembley. Is exciting, and it gives us a real hunger to definitely qualify. Obviously, people expect us to qualify, and they think it'll be an easy group, but it's never that easy. We have to go and be professional. Of course, we back ourselves to get through, but we still got to go and do it. And it's important that we start well this week with the 2 games, and then hopefully build on that.
Okay, that concludes the live section of the press conference. We'll now move on to a short window of opportunity for questions and bargain until 10:30.